So I would like to welcome each one of you to our meeting today. And we are going to record, so I hope you people have no problem and you are live on Facebook. And welcome each one of you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for keeping time. And thank you for being here. So I am going to ask everybody to mute their microphone. Millie, kindly mute your microphone. So my name is Bilha. Anybody, I am sure all of you know me. My name is Bilha from the internet, from True North. I have a number of groups that I guide, and my passion and the one I love most is True North. And basically, True North, we just talk about education, how we can help each other, and especially Kenyans I mean, how to help Kenyans and Africans. This is about Africans. This is about helping each other. This is about doing something for our very own, doing something for our very own. So today, without much ado, I want to introduce our guests, and our guest is called Joshua. I've known Joshua for the last, how many years, Joshua? 6. I met Joshua for the first time at university here. We actually came the same time, and we have kept our friendship, and it is growing from leaps and bounds. We like supporting each other. One of the things I like about Joshua is that he also is into helping the community. And that's why I thought, wow, this is a person who can also help us because I've been telling you these things, but when you hear from other people, I think it sits well. And for those who didn't start with me, I had just said, when you don't sacrifice for the thing that you want, that thing that you want becomes the sacrifice. So in life, you are always sacrificing. So it's good to sacrifice. For this one, you have to sacrifice time, money, and also sometimes confusion. Sometimes you get confused. And this is where I come in. So don't give up. The worst you can do is to give up. So I encourage you not to give up. I encourage you to send me your questions. And if I don't answer, let me tell you, I'm one of those people, I can take even 2 days, depending with my work schedule. But I make sure there's a day I usually set aside for replying to people. And feel very welcome, each one of you. So I don't want to take a lot of time because our guest came quite early. So what you're going to do, in fact, it's like today is going to be, Joshua is going to introduce himself, of course, and he's going to talk about scholarships, how he came here himself, how one can apply for those scholarships, what are the requirements, and then you people, you'll have time to ask him questions. I'm talking about that so that if you don't have your questions written down, you can write them. So, welcome, Mheshimiwa. I call him Mheshimiwa. He's going to tell you why I call him Mheshimiwa. So, Mheshimiwa, you're welcome to our meeting.
Thank you, Bilha. Thanks for the nice introduction. And I'm happy to be in this platform and have a conversation with you guys, and maybe inspire you to push your agenda to study abroad one day. And yeah, it's not rocket science. It's possible, but you have to drive yourself on that. I made a very short presentation to guide you through, because first I want to inspire you, and then also try to talk about education and scholarship in the Netherlands, where I have the experience in, and particularly I will focus at Wageningen University, because most of the universities in the Netherlands have same or similar system of application and how they go about it, and they all focus on specific scholarship, which are really competitive for that matter. So I'll share my screen, my presentation. Bilha, could you give me hosting, co-hosting rights?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, let me do that. Okay, you can share now.
Very nice. Good. It's that one. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Put it in the presentation mode. And I'll try to shift. Is it on the presentation mode?
No, not yet.
Now?
Now it is.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Wait, just a second. I need to do some, because I need to look at the camera.
Yeah.
So I'll stop sharing and I'll shift my.
And by the way, we really like your background. The sea, my goodness, you're looking like you are in Maldives.
Well, I'm actually in the coast.
Which part of coast are you?
I'm in South Coast at the moment.
Wow, perfect. Looking nice.
Just a second, I fix my problem here.
No problem. Vio, where is Stacy? Not Stacy, sorry, Trishiana.
I'm starting sharing my screen, eh? So
okay.
There I go. I share. And can you see the full screen?
You're not yet on slideshow mode.
Okay, 1 minute. I think it's shifting on the other. I'm using 2 screens, so I'm having a little bit of trouble. So what I'll do is to remove the other screen.
Okay.
And I will come back to the Zoom meeting and share my screen. And that's my screen. And then share. And can you see it now?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, very good. So again, I gave my title Studying Abroad, just to inspire you a little bit about what you need to do before you think about studying abroad. So it's a very short presentation, and I hope it will be an interactive session. I hope to take at least 10-15 minutes for this presentation, and then we can have an interaction session later on to make sure that we can all be on the same board. Yeah. So as Billy has said, my name is Joshua Ombogo, and I was born and raised in Nyandarua, that is in the central part of Kenya, and I'm passionate in tourism or sustainable tourism development and nature conservation. I'm currently a PhD student at Marine Animal Ecology Group, and this is in Wageningen University in the Netherlands. And I'm looking into the societal impact of coral reef restoration in Shimoni, and that is Kenya, that is south coast of Kenya, where I am currently. I'm conducting my research. as Billy has said, I also hold a master's degrees in tourism, society, and environment. And this is from Wageningen University, where we met with Bill.
Sorry, Joshua. Okay.
Yeah, I'm there. Yeah, and before going to the Netherlands, I worked in the field of tourism, conservation, education with an organization like Nature Kenya and Olpajeta Conservancy in Laikipia. And I also hold a bachelor's degrees in tourism management from Moi University in Eldoret. Yeah, I think for me, I want to really inspire you with something. If you really want, first, you can go study abroad. But what do you need first to do? You must dare to dream. And if you dare to dream, you have to make a good plan ahead of that good dream. You got to engage, you got to motivate, and you got to inspire yourself. Because only that way, you can be able to achieve that dream that you want to achieve. You have to build a very nice strategic network that helps you to plan, helps you to inspire you towards that specific goal that you do what you want to achieve. Along the way, you got to expect some waves, and waves I mean challenges, and these challenges you have to be able to determine or to be able to overcome them in the right way and using the right channel. And of course, what do you mean by daring to dream? You must be able to define your path of your journey, because I always say it is your journey and it is not our journey. It can be our journey, but I would say it is nice you call it your journey so that you can be able to know which track you need to use, which pace you need to take, how you're supposed to be informed yourself of what you require, being able to understand what you might encounter along the way. And as I said, being able to make a very nice plan, and most important, to keep the track of your plan. That is, you plan, you replan, you retrack again, and being able to move with time, because not always, it is not always when you have to make good plans that are achieved. Sometimes you have to make sure that you can change the plans where appropriate. What do I mean by inspiring yourself? You must be able to inspire yourself by being able to welcome new learning culture. Because when you think about going abroad, it means starting to integrate with different cultures. So you must be able to ask yourself, are you able to integrate with this culture? And if you're not able, what are you doing or planning to make sure that you can be able, or you are ahead of step to learn new culture, integrate with new cultures? It is also important, as I mentioned, you have to have a norm of motivating yourself. And the reason why you have to motivate yourself, and I use that picture of the owl is very active at night, and I hope you don't have a bad omen or about the owl. I use the owl because I love birds. It's my nature, and to me, it's an inspiring thing because it is active at night, and it survives. So you as a person, you're also being that owl. What do you think about the night? What do you think about tomorrow? How do you cultivate a positive energy even when you have a frustrating moment in life, in looking for career opportunity, in looking for scholarship opportunity? Then it is very important you have to be open to learn. You got to be open to learn, because it is only when you're open to learn that you are able to appreciate feedback from people, appreciate guidance, appreciate opportunity that comes along to you, and that's how you have to do it. And you can only do this by being open. And I mentioned that you need to build a strategic network. What do I mean by building a strategic network? You want to build a professional career through the academic life. My experience in the Netherlands is that network is one of the most important things. And I think it's the same thing also here in Kenya. Anywhere you go, you need good network with people. so that you can be able to achieve that what you want. So one, you need to build a relevant and a strategic network. Number two, you also don't need to be a stranger. That today we are meeting in this platform, we are meeting in this forum. Tomorrow when we meet in another forum, let me not be a stranger to you because we already met in this platform. So by saying not being a stranger, it means recognize yourself as a person who you met the other person and in which forum you did meet. Then I would want to dive into education and scholarship in the Netherlands. It's a very comprehensive process, but I want to make it very, very short and very brief in a very simplified way. And I use this picture in one of the main building in Wageningen University. We call it Forum. And it is called Forum because this is a place where you come and gather knowledge. It's like the central point where most of the students have to pass through whenever they are at Wageningen University. What does it require you to be, or to be in this university or in another university within Netherlands? You must be able to understand what program you want to do. And I'll use Wageningen website to demonstrate how you need to navigate ways on how to know what is being offered where and what is not offered where. I will stop sharing this screen and I will go to Wageningen University website. So I'll stop this. So, and then I'll also stop, I'll stop the presentation and then I'll minimize it. And then finally, I will go to sharing the screen. And here I'll share the website of Wageningen University. And with this website, you have to understand what you want to do or what you want to study. And you only do that by being a friend of the website of the university that you choose to go study. It's not only Wageningen that you can go to study, because probably what you want to specialize is being given in another university, maybe Utrecht University, Amsterdam University, Rotterdam University, or even another university probably within Europe, either in UK or whatever. So it is very simple. First, you need to understand what you want to study. Wageningen University has provided a lot of information through its website. And it is very clear, it is very easy to navigate. I believe all of you who are in this platform want to study the master's program. So what is the first step do you need to know? It is first to identify the university that you want to study. Or even first, it is to identify what is my background as a scholar. Maybe your background is in environmental science, maybe your background is in tourism, maybe your background is in communication science, your background is probably in engineer. What does Wageningen do for you to simplify your search? It lists all of its program that you can study if you want to be admitted in Wageningen University. And it does that by putting all the programs that are offered at Wageningen University. And there you are. Master's program. Don't worry about the noise from the roof. Those are monkeys jumping over. So Wageningen provides a list of its master's program that it does offer. So, and one of the beautiful things is that when this website crops up, there are people you can contact directly. So this is a beginning or the first stage where you can list and see what study do you want to focus on. A good example is myself. I did my master's in tourism, society, and environment. So you simply have to click this that link and check whether is it compatible with what you are looking for. Is it this what inspire you towards your career expectation? Because every study program have different aspects. It has different speciality, which they call them the 4 trajectory that focuses on tourism and development. Do you want to focus on tourism and development? Do you want to focus on tourism and nature resource? Do you want to focus on tourism and global changes? Do you want to focus on tourism and experiences? So you have to orient yourself to know what program do I want to. Then the other most important thing you want to orient yourself is to understand how is the application process done. And then the beautiful thing, to simplify your time, every program have a video clip explaining or different student giving their experiences. A good example is like this clip here. You can click this later on and see what is offered, and you'll see my face as well there, because I also spoke about this program and how it inspired me in my career and how it can inspire you as a student if you choose to go study tourism, society, and environment in the university. The next step you need to know is, how can I apply for this program and what are the requirements? So you have to come to the admission requirement and application procedures. And this is for this program. Different programs have different application requirements. However, there is a generic requirement that are needed for any program admission at Wageningen University. And we can see there that the general requirement for this program, it's need you to have a bachelor's degrees of specific field. It needs you to have sufficient grading, which is equivalent to the DAX, which is equivalent to the DAX system, which is equivalent to the either US system or UK system. In Kenya, we use UK system, which is you need to have a second upper division for your bachelor's. If you do not have that, unfortunately, it would be a little bit challenging to get admitted in the university. So if you are now doing your studies at your bachelor level, please make sure you try to get or score at least second class upper division. You also need to speak in English, both in written and spoken. One of the requirements that is now official is that even if you're coming from an English-speaking language, the Wageningen University has listed only few countries, but the rest of the countries from across the globe, you have to provide an English test showing that you can be able to study in Wageningen, and you have to submit that. I know that is one of the challenge with many students because it is also very costly to acquire this English certificate. But the good thing with it, it lasts you for, I think, almost 2 years before you can sit for another English test. So as early as possible, if you dream to study abroad, please look for different platforms that offer this test and get the right test, that is TOEFL or any other sort of English test. Then, of course, you need to understand there are different categories of students. There are those Dutch students who are native. There are those European Union. There are those non-European Union. So you need to understand that you follow under this track so that you get to understand what are those procedures that you need to follow. And I think Birha was mentioning something that it needs a lot of patience, it needs a lot of time for you to move toward that direction. Because, and that is the point I said, that you need to dare to dream. It is only when you dare to dream and when you inspire yourself, then you are able to get that that scholarship. And I'll come back to talk about my journey on this scholarship. Then what is the admission route? The admission route for this, you have to, there are different way of doing it, but it's quite simple, which I don't need to go through it. But the most generic one, and I want to minimize this a little bit and bring it a little down here. and then master's program, how to apply. There are now, you can only apply, most of these masters you have to apply via a platform called Studielink or Studielink. The Studielink is, it's a universal platform where all the Netherlands universities you can apply through, and you have to upload all the documents that are required. And it is quite simple. These are the admission requirements that you need. I just mentioned them. Or any previous skills or knowledge that you have. It is also very important to know the deadlines of your program. There are different programs that start either in September or in February. And then there is a process of how to apply and so on. For you to study in the Netherlands, you must get, or to get a scholarship, you must first be admitted in a university in the Netherlands. And then after that, after you got the admission, there is change in the scholarship application, whereby you have to be nominated by the university that you can apply for certain scholarship. This is the case for the Netherlands, and this is the case for many universities. I am not aware of other universities. Other universities do not require that, or other countries do not require that. Some of the countries have government-to-government partnership, whereby the government will front the application and you would apply, and within the Ministry of Education or something, your application would be shortlisted from there. But for Wageningen University, you need to be admitted and then you'll be nominated. It is only when you are admitted to study for a certain program and you are then invited to do or to apply for a scholarship. And what kind of scholarship are you nominated to? So I go to the next page or the next web page to show you different scholarship that you can get from Wageningen University. There are various scholarship that attracts talented international students to the so-called international classroom. And here they are. And they come with different rules, they come with different requirements, and they come with different target of countries. So you will find that this African scholarship program, it is only targeting the African countries. And it is only available for only few countries. So you can read more here and get to know which countries focus. The good news is that Kenya is included in this program among the 7 countries in Africa. Then there is another scholarship called Anne van den Fund. This is also another scholarship. It also comes with its requirement. There is also another program called Wageningen University Fellowship Program. But the most common one, and the one most of the students from Kenya have gone through or using, is Orange Knowledge Program. This is a very prestigious program, actually, which we went through, myself and Birha and many other Kenyans. You have to look all deadlines and you have to look all the requirements for you to be able to achieve this. It requires patience. I never got it straight away when I did my application. I applied the first time. I got admitted to the Wageningen University, but I never got the scholarship. I never lost it. I went again to reapply again. I never got it, but I replied for the that time. It is only the that time I only got the scholarship, the full scholarship. So what am I trying to say? It's simple. You cannot try first and you don't get it, but that should not demotivate you. It should encourage you to move on and try again because you have dared to dream. You have to inspire yourself as a person to achieve that what you want to achieve. How can you get help for each program that you want to study in Wageningen University? In every program that you click on, let's say, I will take an example of aquaculture marine resource management, which I supervise some of the students who are doing their master's thesis under my PhD. When you open that master's program, there are people you can contact directly, and these people are prompt in responding to your questions. They're very quick. Apart from that, there are master day open days. They are held online, which you can enroll yourself. They are always happening different seasons. You can always enroll yourself. It is usually free, and you can attend depending on the program that you want to learn. Apart from that, you can also engage with students themselves, like students who are already doing those programs in the current academic year. Here they don't have a student, but they have a student advisor. If I was to go to a different program, let me take like, wait a minute, let me go back. Let's say a program like, which I remember, Bill, how you did a course on life science. Is it here? Let me check.
Yeah, it's the third one.
Oh, here. If you want to, Bill had did something on communication, health, and life science. If you open that, it gives you again the contact person there. She will answer your questions if you have. I think they have removed the student option, and you can learn so many things: specialization, communication, innovation, and so on.
Joshua, for that one, for the student, I discovered they have put them on StudyLink.
StudyLink.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Then that's a different platform.
Yeah.
But if you are from Kenya, Wageningen University has also provided a platform for international representatives. And this is the page I'm going next. And what does it mean to be an international representative? It means you've had an opportunity to study or go through the education system in the Netherlands, and the university have trust in you that you have all that it takes to advise any prospective student on the needs and the requirements and the process of successfully being admitted. I do not have the right to admit you, but I have the right to guide you through and advise you appropriately on how you can find yourself in the Netherlands by giving you the right information. And how can you get me? There are different representatives from different countries and from different regions. There are China, Ghana, and so on. And here I am, Joshua. If you need to contact me in future, you can already click my name there, Joshua, and it will open up to a page. And there you are. That's my personal number, only for this purpose. And if you want to send any email, you can already come here and say contact. And when you click contact, it will open a small form where you can put your name, your email address, the question that you have, and ask your question, and then accept that you agree that personal, agree to use my personal terms and everything, and then you send. And this will come automatically to my email address, and I will be able to answer your question or advise you appropriately at any given time. So it's through Wageningen University website, you can be able to see many scholarship opportunities that you can apply to or you would be invited to. However, there are other platforms that you can just simply come like here. And one of the obvious, you can just type and say, if you're looking for scholarship, you would say, you can type here and say, scholarships for masters in the Netherlands. If you are country specific, you can say in Europe, you can say in the Netherlands or wherever. So then you can start, you can click there for a search, and it will give you different options where you can open and look and see what is there. The best platform for scholarship in the Netherlands is called Study in Holland. So if you click this platform, it will bring you to this platform here, and it tells you everything about Dutch education, the finances, place to stay, and so on. This is because you said you want to study in the Netherlands. So you can read a lot about different scholarship, different aspect, and so on. It gives you an outline of different institutions where you're supposed to apply. As you can see, Wageningen is listed there, and many other things. So there's different way of looking for scholarship, and the simplest one is just going internet, make a search, if you do not have a specific university that you want to study for. How can you position yourself to study in the Netherlands? You need to identify at least 3 universities, and you can do a comparative between those universities. Say, oh, why do I want to study in Wageningen? Is it inspiring because I'm telling you that story? Is it because it is offering certain program that fits your line of profession? Is it Utrecht University because they offer certain line of program? So you can choose, you can get to understand by being inspiring yourself to make sure that you understand what you need, because a lot of universities across the world, they put a lot of information in their website. So I think that is a simple way of guiding you through and how to navigate through different websites. They have this almost similar forums. They have almost similar way of passing this information. Some of university websites are very complex, but you need to have that patience to dig deep out of this information. I hope this is very helpful for you. And I want to add my presentation there by saying thank you, and those are my contact details also. Joshua Wambogo at wool.nl, and if you want to look for me in the LinkedIn, I'm Joshua Wambogo, and if you want to follow me in Facebook, I'm Joshua Wambogo as well. So I'm straightforward with my names, and there is no funny names. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So thank you very much, and I'm happy to answer your question, if any.
Wow, maybe before I open the floor for questions, thank you, Joshua, very much. You're very detailed, and I'm so happy that you're very detailed, yet you have made it very simple. And I like that, because different people have come to these platforms, and of course they have given their ideas, which are very, very good, and everybody is so welcome. So thank you, thank you. I've also benefited. Yeah, there is no end to learning. It's very interesting that I'm here, and yet I've learned one of 2 things. So thank you very much. So I'm
welcome.
Yes, I'm going to open the floor for questions. Like I had said, we are going to end at exactly, maybe, well, it depends. Let's see. Let's be okay. Also, let's give time for people, but we have about 9 minutes. So within those 9 minutes, let's see how many questions we can tackle. And it's going to be democratic. If you people can go for another 10 minutes, I'm open for that. So, Vayo, you had questions, I know that. Let's start with you. Please unmute, okay.
A minute.
Yeah. So Deborah, Millie, and Stacy, and those that are on Facebook, those that are streaming live, if you have questions, I'll also be checking on Facebook for any question that may be coming, so that we don't lose anyone. So I don't have any question on Facebook. So I'm going to let Vio, are you ready? Viola.
We can also do a popcorn style of questions. Anyone can ask questions rather than maybe. I think I also like a popcorn style.
Yeah, I think that's also okay.
Just pop up your question if you have any. If you need any clarification, yeah.
Yeah. Anybody with a question, just go on ahead. Just pop up the question.
Most of the questions have been answered, but I'm just insisting on those links.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
I will send those ones. Okay.
And
nice to know that.
You.
Perfect. Stacy or Deborah, anybody else?
Maybe everything was very clear.
By the way, you're very clear, but it's also always good to give, it's always good to give chance for questions because yeah, people have a number of questions.
Yeah.
So can I assume we don't have a question? Stacy, are you there?
About DAAD scholarships.
Are
they for Germany only, or?
Yeah,
is it DADI?
For Germany.
Yeah.
DAD, yeah.
So it's good to know that every country or every government has their they have different offers of different scholarship. So you must be able to understand or know which scholarship or which country do you want to study. So you cannot go applying for if you are targeting DADI, then you have to look for a university in Germany because DADI can only give scholarship for people who want to go and study in Germany. So that is also very important. Another thing is when you think about Commonwealth scholarship, it gives it's a scholarship that is given to a student who are originating from member countries of the Commonwealth. So Kenya is one of it. So you can look at different universities that are offering opportunities, and you can apply. And it's a big pool of universities. So specific scholarship are for specific countries for certain target groups.
Yeah. Stacy, over to you.
Yes, I have a question. For instance, for me, I applied at Breda University, and then I asked them if they have scholarships. They offer scholarships, and in their page, I saw the Orange Knowledge Program, which was one of their scholarships. But upon inquiring with the school, they said that they don't have such scholarships. Is this a difference or in the school, or is it me who didn't understand what they are saying? Because their scholarship is like it's a process, and I understand you cannot apply to a scholarship without them recommending you first.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
So the OKP, we call it OKP. It has changed over time. It used to be called NOFIC, Netherlands Fellowship Program, and now it's called Orange Knowledge Program. So one of the good thing to know is that because of also economic crunches across Europe, sometimes there is uncertainty of this scholarship. However, one of the critical points when you're applying for your application, you have to make sure that in the study link, make sure to mention or to tick a box that says you want fellowship or you want scholarship If you miss to do that, there is the system assumes you don't need that. So it comes like an afterthought. So if you miss to put or tick or include that you need scholarship or fellowship, then that's why even when they are processing their applications, they will never invite you or nominate you for a scholarship. So that is very important. So it is good to look the application process very keenly and attention to detail.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And does this universities need initial fee deposit, all of them, like they do in other countries?
Well, yeah, that's the procedure of every university. Immediately you if you are self-sponsored student, immediately you're admitted and you are sponsoring yourself, or the scholarship is sponsoring yourself, then where you are involved as a person, they give you a certain date before the academic year to deposit the tuition fee. For scholarship, it's very easy because within the university have their scholarship office who are in charge of the scholarship management. So if you are a student who have been admitted under the OKP, that list of the students who have been admitted is sent to the scholarship office within Wageningen. Then there is a liaison officer within that department that liaises with the organization that is offering that. So there is, for you, if you have a full scholarship, you don't have any problem to worry about things. Everything will be done for you. So that's how it's done. You never, if it's a full scholarship, the university will always give you your stipend in time and everything. So, and that's why probably you don't know whether they require that money, but it is always done internally because universities they know how to operate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, dokie. I guess I don't see anybody else unmuting themselves to ask a question. So I will assume Deborah and Millie are okay. And Deborah, do you have a question?
No, I wanted to say I'm okay.
Okay, nice. Thank you people for coming. Again, make sure you follow me on Facebook. I post this thing. I think this is my third. This is my third on scholarships abroad. And like Joshua has said, you can email him. And if you go to another university, you follow the same procedure like he did for Wageningen. And there are many universities. I will send you a list for the people who are here. I'm going to send you a list of the universities here, and you can go to their website. The beauty about here, unlike us, like especially in Kenya, sometimes you don't know, am I following a scam or am I following the real thing? Once you send an email, just know you're okay. The StudyLink even cannot be tampered with. They have very high security or care. But of course, if you get the wrong link, it can lead you astray. And especially someone was telling me they have been asked for money even before they got admission. That is automatically a scam. So just be careful, and we are here to help you for Wageningen University. And it's not rocket science. I'm very happy that Joshua said he got it with the third try. I got it with the second try. And right now, Joshua is doing his PhD. So you can see, I mean, it's doable. Me, I believe if one person can get something, why not me? And Joshua, I really like what you said when you are starting. You have to have a strategic plan. If you like something, you have to plan to get it and be proactive. So
maybe to add on that, Bilha, you must be very curious or maybe not sure which university you want to go to. We can propose to you Wageningen University or any other university. As a person, I will advise you, look for a pool of 3 universities in either across Europe, and because that is what you dream to go to, and look at their requirement and then narrow down to which direction you want to. So I'll give you a good example. when I was looking for scholarship, or not for scholarship, but for master's program to study abroad, I looked for 3 universities, and I did an elimination method. I first looked at the University of Kent in UK, because they were offering a very nice master's program in conservation and tourism. Then I looked at Wageningen University, because they were offering master's tourism, societies and environment. And then I looked into another program in, it's under the Erasmus program. It's called European Masters in Tourism Management. So all of these programs, they have opportunities of scholarship. So then you look at which do you want to focus into? What are the advantages? What are the pro and the cons of certain university, certain scholarship? Because you cannot go trying every scholarship that you find on the platform. No. And then another thing, engage directly with the university. Feel free to contact them. Feel free to ask many questions as possible. Don't shy out to engage with these people. They are there to help you. They are there to guide you, and they are happy to answer all your questions. So please motivate yourself, and you can dream, and it is possible. It is not possible. It is possible if you push yourself and you push to want to achieve it. So thank you very much, Bilha. I will leave it at there, and I hope the presentation was resourceful, and looking forward to engage probably in the near future. Feel free to contact me if you want to study in Wageningen, and I'm happy to assist you and guide you in the right track. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I cannot say thank you enough. I wish you were here. I would have called you for coffee.
Thank you very much. Maybe
Not
when I
the
come back.
Amsterdam one, I will call you for coffee, definitely. We need to have a talk.
Thank
And
you.
for those in Kenya, you people are very lucky. Me, I didn't have anybody who was guiding me. And by the way,
Can I say goodbye?
Yes.
Can I say goodbye, Bilha?
Yes.
Yeah. So see you guys, and I leave you guys to continue with this conversation.
Perfect.
Okay,
Thank
bye.
you. So guys, before you go, I just want to encourage you. Me, I didn't have, I wanted to go to Wageningen because that's the only university I knew. You people are lucky. There are people who are willing to help you. And so go for it. Please go for it. The 4 of you who are here, you are the people who needed to be here. That's what I believe. And I would be very happy because I have consistently seen Vio, Stacy, Millie. I will follow you, and Deborah. Let's see. Do you know how happy I will be to hear that one of you has been helped, or 2 or 3? And remember, I'm here to help you. So I am going, make sure you send me, apart from Vio and Stacy, Millie and Deborah, please send me your number. Or send me, your number. I think your number is good so that I can add you into our WhatsApp group where I post a number of scholarships. And there, maybe not today, I won't lie. On Tuesday, I'll set the list of universities, and you can follow what Joshua has said. So bye-bye for now. We have kept time, and you're going to keep time, and thank you for coming, and have a great evening. Enjoy the sun.
There's no sun. Thank you.
Bye.
Oleni.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.